introduce you Michael Miller, treasurer of our club, with the presentation for today.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Okay, so what we're going to talk about here is convention highlights from the Rotary Convention in Seoul, Korea. Okay, again, I'm Mike Miller. I'm a treasurer, but my professional life, I'm an engineer, a structural engineer. I design high voltage transmission towers and poles. So these big towers that have big transmission lines, that's what I do. Design the structures, and I do that in North America. So Canada, U.S., Mexico, down to also South America, down into Brazil, and some countries in between. I'm responsible for a whole team of people that do that work. And it's something that takes a lot of my time, and I enjoy it very much. So, in fact, while we were going to Seoul, wherever we go and wherever we travel, I'm always taking photos of towers because that's what I do. And so I'm always asking Dre to take a photo for me, or I'm taking photos and interrupting our stuff. And so I have a lot of photos of towers as well, but I'm not going to show you those. I'll spare you those. So what is an RI convention? What is a Rotary International Convention? Well, what is it not? Well, it's not a boring type of convention. Like you think of a convention or a conference as being something that's very boring and perhaps boring. And, it's not that at all. It's completely different. What it is are summarized in these bullet points. It's an annual event held every year in a different city around the world. Its purpose is to bring members of the Rotary family together from all over the world to share projects, advice, fellowship, and fun. And it's typically 4 days, with additional pre and post, before and after activities. And it's planned way far in advance by a planning committee that's put up by Rotary International. With Rotary International and the host country that's putting on the conference. If you don't know where South Korea is, this is South Korea. I'm sure you know, next to Japan, next to North Korea. And this is a list of the conventions. 2016 in Korea. Next year it'll be in Atlanta, followed by Toronto in 2018, followed by Hamburg, Germany in 2019, followed by Honolulu in 2020, and Taipei in 21, and then Houston in 22. And the last time that it was in Houston was 50 years ago in 1972. So it's coming back to Houston. And so we'll look forward to that in 2022. This presentation kind of steps through our experiences, what we were exposed to. Other people that might have gone, has anybody gone to a conference, a convention, an international convention? Okay, great. So everyone's experience is different, and ours is different. So I'm stepping through kind of our exposure, our experience, and like I say, it could be different than yours. But the first thing we did was we were received at the airport. There was a banner and a sign. There was literature. If we were lost, they spoke English, which was nice, and we were able to get information right when we got off the plane. Also, Psy, who's the famous South Korean singer-songwriter, turns out he was actually a part of the convention. He's from Korea, but also his father and grandfather were both Rotarians. Okay? And so, let me show you, if you don't know who he is, just to kind of show you.
Now
So this was a major hit, as you know, imagine, and it's quite exciting. And he was actually part of Rotary, part of the convention as well. This was a pre-event for the international conference, so this happened the day before, and it's a 3K peace march, 3 kilometers, and so people were just warming up for that peace march, and this is just a shot of that. Then they had a warming up ceremony where you could kind of exercise and move the thing, and you can recognize some people from our district, Sunny and Rashmi Sharma there. The venue was at the Kintex, which is a very large, very modern, very new exhibition hall that carried this. This was a little bit away from the city, but so it took about an hour, depending on where your hotel was, an hour on the bus to get to and from. But once you got there, you can see it's beautiful. There's a lot of things to do, eat, see, and even a moving sidewalk, so you don't have to be exposed to the hot sun as you went from where the bus dropped you off to the venue. The first part of the actual convention is the flag ceremony, the opening and flag ceremony, opening ceremony with flag presentation, and there was something like 150 different countries represented, and their flags were presented. The keynote address was from world leaders, and this was a surprise because it wasn't in the program. Ban Ki-moon, who is the Secretary General of the United Nations, came and gave a keynote address, which was a surprise. He is from South Korea, and that was fantastic. And of course we heard from Ravindran and also the Minister of Sri Lanka, which is where Mr. Ravindran is from. A little special event was there was a special guest, and it was Paul Harris. Paul Harris showed up on stage digitally as a hologram. So they're using high tech, and on the stage it was pretty interesting. And if you want to see that Rotary event video, you can get that address there, and I'll have this presentation available for you if you want to look at it. So these are some of the key highlights in general, what the conference is about. As I mentioned, those items are getting together, Rotarians, but also there's these 5 plenary sessions over 4 days, 115 breakout sessions, 43 global networking groups, 7 international or host ticketed events, those are special events, 353 speakers from over 60 different countries. It's not only in English, all different kinds of languages, and 26 Rotary action groups, and 62 Rotary fellowships were there. So over 42,000 attendees from over 150 different countries attended the event. It's pretty spectacular. The Friendship Hall, the House of Friendship, was really the exhibition hall. I mean, it's huge. It's huge, and they had entertainment there, they had food, they had all the booths set up. I mean, it was incredible. You could spend your whole time just in here and not see everything. You could spend 4 days in here and not see everything. It's incredible. The booths are either Rotary action groups or other sponsors or clubs, or there was an E-Club, our sister club or brother club, the Francophone club in France, Jean-Louis' club. They were there, they were set up. And in fact, here he is, Jean-Louis, and the new incoming president for that club, Rafaela. She was there, and this was kind of like the gathering of all the E-clubs in the world in this one booth. And there were about, I'd say, 20 different E-clubs represented. maybe more. They were coming and going, and I didn't get the actual number, but they would show up, and then we had a party, a scheduled party where we all got together and had a dinner and dancing and music. It was great fun, and some of these photos down below are of that event.
He makes members sing.
And he does make members sing.
Did he? I was going to ask you, did he sing?
Yeah,
He has his own band? Cool.
He has a band. That's right. His band wasn't there, but you can actually have his band come to your country and your club and put on an event, and they'll do that for just the cost of them coming. And then, of course, we saw those three center photos are of Dree and like the district governor of the of New Zealand's club, and also the upper photo there in the middle is the Sunrise Club of Japan, another E-club, and then in the middle photo there, she was a brand new member, so she signed on right then at the day before at the to be a new Rotary member. So she also came from Korea. There's other activities that are scheduled, Rotarian activities, and for fellowship. This was a cruise out on the river. And you can see District Governor, past District Governor Nick and Fabiola, and then some other friends that we met. Other things inside the Friendship Hall, the photo on the left, you could, you see in the background, you could sign the pot, the clay pot, which is pre-firing. Obviously, you can put your name in that pot, and then they'll fire that big pot. And then you could make some kind of a haiku poem, print the poem right there. You had all these little exhibits that you can do, little things that you could do. Another fun thing, depending on your perspective, is to navigate the subway system. And that was a challenge because there was English, no problem. Actually, looking back, it's the first trip or two that you're a little anxious, like maybe you're going the wrong way, but once you figure it out, it's easy. In fact, it's easier than in New York City. Also, food is incredible there, you can imagine. Lots of great, delicious eating opportunities and cultural opportunities to learn about the Korean culture, different items, different things that we did, different places in the city to visit, and restaurants to eat. Then the closing ceremony. Again, this is just a brief overview of the whole trip. Now President John Germ was there and made a closing keynote address. These are just a few of the entertainment items that occurred during that closing ceremony, including Sai came and gave a concert basically. And it was funny because he's used to crowds, millions screaming, at him. And he said, he stopped and thanked everyone and said great things about Rotary. But also he said, this is the most tame crowd that he's ever seen. He did, he liked that. He was just such a nice guy. It changed my perspective of him completely by meeting him on stage. Really a nice guy. And this, so when you go on these, when you go to a convention, you're in the area. So we took a side trip to Japan, and so here we are. We rented the special robes there, or the kimonos, and we went out and walked on the town in these. And I had a little man purse too. And on the left, this is when you use Google, even using Google, and you try to find out like where you're going to eat. This information comes up. So what are you going to do with this? Well, you know that it's the dress code is casual, so that's all you know. And there's no parking.
Not very casual there, though.
No, we're not casual. But we had a great time.
The ATMs.
The ATM. So 7-Eleven, which is a U.S. company, is everywhere in Japan. And so when you need to get money at ATMs, you just have to make sure you're pushing English, and then but you can get money anywhere in ATMs. And the 7-Elevens are just incredible. They're just spotless clean and all kinds of food, and it's an experience definitely. And we took, we went and walked, this was in Kyoto, we went and walked around in Kyoto in this, and near a pagoda, and we just sat by this bench. And then people, there were a lot of tourists around obviously, but people started taking pictures of us. Which was fun, we never had that happen before. And they would get in the picture with us, it was pretty fun. So that's kind of a summary, but you can, if you want more information about the Seoul convention, you can click on this link and you can get live coverage. Actually, when it's happening, when a convention's happening, you can get information. It's still posted, so if you want to get information, more information on that, you go to that website and you get information. The next thing I want to talk about a little briefly is the next conference in Atlanta. I'm going to switch and go to the actual website. If you go to the website, this is up now and running. So this is live. This is the website. You can register right now. There's the registration until December 15th. It's $340, and that's it's a hefty amount, but really it's a great value. It's worth it because you're getting so much Rotary stuff and the world-class entertainment. I mean, if you add all that in, I mean it's really a good deal, and it's down. It's not too far away. It's 12-hour drive or just a short hop on a plane. But this website is available. And you can get information, you can find out about accommodations and the conference. Now the advantage here, as I see it, is this will be our third convention, is Sao Paulo and Seoul were both in locations, and the venue was pretty far away. You had to get in a bus for about an hour to get there. No way. And which, in a big city, okay, maybe that's normal in a big city. Now, Atlanta's a big city, but the advantage is the hotels are all right next to the convention. I mean, you could even stay in a hotel that's connected to the convention. The Omni Hotel is connected, or across the street. So we don't have that issue of an hour in a bus twice during the day. So it's a really good, this is the one to see. Plus it's in the U.S. And Atlanta's a great city. In fact, I'm going to just click on this and show you a little video.
The 2017 Rotary International Convention in Atlanta will be extra special. The Rotary Foundation will celebrate 100 years of doing good in the world, in the city where it all began. This is our time to come together to mark this important milestone. So please join Judy and me for the biggest party of the Rotary year.
Hello, I'm Mayor Kasim Reed, and I invite Rotary members from around the world to the city of Atlanta for the 2017 Rotary Convention. Atlanta is known as the City of Peace, home to two centers honoring Nobel Peace Prize recipients, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Jimmy Carter. I'm certain this convention will be memorable, and I encourage you to take advantage of all the City of Atlanta has to offer.
On behalf of the state of Georgia, we'd like to welcome you to the Gateway to the South. Discover our historic architecture. Experience the wonder of the Appalachian Trail. Take in the beauty of our beaches or take on some of the best golf courses in the world. Be charmed by the people and the magic of the South. Wherever you go, we welcome you. We're glad Georgia is on your mind.
Please join Judy and me at the 2017 Rotary International Convention in Atlanta. What better way to celebrate the centennial of the Rotary Foundation than for Rotarians to come together from every Rotary club in the world?
We've made so many new friends and learned about their projects and how we might be able to collaborate on. It's just been fabulous.
I make my holiday once every year, and Rotary gives me the opportunity to visit different parts of the world.
It's amazing to see all the countries that are represented here.
See you in Atlanta.
I just did the commercial for the Rotary Convention. And that's it. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Again, there's more information on it if you'd like. And hopefully we'll see you in Atlanta.